Hey YouTube, welcome to the channel. My name is Rich. The name of the channel is Rich the Return Rider. For all of you guys that's here for the first time, thanks for tuning in. For all of you that are return viewers, I appreciate you coming back. For all of you that subscribe to the channel, appreciate the support. For you folks that haven't yet subscribed, guys, hit that subscribe button so we could continue to make some of this content. Today, guys, is December 31st. This is the last day of the year of 2022. Hope you guys had a good year and hope going forward for a better year, a prosperous new year. We are in Lake City, Florida. I am on my 2019 Honda Goldwing Ruby. It is an overcast day. Have experienced a little bit of some cold weather the last couple of days, but today we are looking at 71 degrees. So what we're going to be doing today, guys, is we take a cruise through the back roads of Lake City. Happy New Year! As I'm going to revisit a conversation that I had in a previous video a little over a year ago. One of my viewers have commented in the comment section. He was undecided on what to purchase, whether the manual or the DCT, and commented that the video that I did was a little too long, too personal, too extensive on all the information. He was basically trying to figure out which one was a good choice. Went back and I watched that video and I agreed with him. That video was a little too long, but that was early in my recording time, and it was a matter of getting to know again what the viewers wanted to hear, what they wanted to talk about. So I'm going to try to do a shorter version of that video. I also have a friend that is considering. Happy New Year! Also have a friend that is considering purchasing for 2023 a 2018 and up Honda Goldwing. So he was curious again as to what my opinion was on the manual versus DCT. So I'm gonna attempt to do that on this little ride out as I get out from work today and experience a little bit of throttle therapy before it starts to rain. Let's talk about the DCT. Honda being the only manufacturer to provide a motorcycle that offers you an automatic and a manual mode of riding. The dual clutch transmission. This motorcycle was purchased more with the wife in mind, and thought the fundamentals of learning to ride a motorcycle was what this journey was going to be all about, and it still is. But again, let's get back to why the DCT. So in the world of Honda Goldwing riders, from what I'm experiencing, guys, there seem to be folks out there that have owned many generations of Honda Goldwings. They're the older, more experienced riders. Some of them having multiple generations, like I said, of the Honda Goldwing. So when the option of this motorcycle, the Generation 6 DCT, showed up on the market, it seemed to be a blessing in disguise. Wow, easier way to ride. Don't have to worry about what gear you're in. The motorcycle is shifting like an automatic car. Now, when I did my last video, guys, I did not yet ride the DCT. Since then, I have got down to riding out power sports. I've gotten out on the DCT motorcycle and was amazingly surprised at how smooth it shifted, how seamless, how fast. So again, if you're the type of person that's looking for the ultimate performance in the motorcycle, that 1833cc flat six motor, easy purchase, the DCT. If you are the kind of rider like so many other Goldwing riders that want to eat mileage up and cover some serious territory, getting out there and riding, easy decision, guy, DCT. Now, when I said in one of my videos that I'm not the typical Goldwing rider, someone questioned again, what do I mean by the typical Honda Goldwing rider? Guys, I can't think of another brand of motorcycle that people have covered more mileage on than the Honda Goldwings. This motorcycle developed for the purpose of being a touring motorcycle. In this case, a sports touring motorcycle. But for the previous generation, folks talking about traveling all over the country, some folks traveling all over the world on the Honda Goldwing. I am not that guy. When I go to the likes of Tennessee and places like that, I trailer my motorcycle to those destinations. I don't know many Honda Goldwing riders that do that, guys. That's why I'm saying I am not the typical Honda Goldwing rider. But for the purposes of the DCT, easy riding, not worrying about what gear you're in, sitting in traffic, as they always say, make sure the motorcycle is in gear so you're ready to go in the event that someone behind you is not paying attention. You don't have to worry about that with DCT. The motorcycle is always in gear. There's no danger of stalling the motorcycle. I've also heard people talk about the toughness of riding this motorcycle at slow speeds. DCT riders are going to argue against that all day. But I got to tell you, from the likes of Jerry Palladino, a motor officer instructor, MC Rider, a guy that also owned this motorcycle, the one thing that they all talked about, not having the friction zone when it comes to slow speed maneuvering. Now, I've also watched a video with a guy out there, of course, seems to be a pro rider, doing 12-foot single serpentine. I've watched him do 18-foot U-turns. I've even watched him popping wheelies on the DCT. Just to show folks that with the right amount of practice, you could accomplish anything on this motorcycle in the DCT version that someone with the manual can do. If you live in high traffic areas, as I'm also watching a YouTuber in the metropolitan New York area. Now, if I had the guts to ride a motorcycle in the New York metropolitan area and this was offered to me with the manual or the DCT, again guys, the DCT all day long. The stop and go traffic, the hand fatigue with controlling the clutch. DCT, folks. So I'm hoping that this helped you to make a decision on whether you would choose the DCT, whether you're the type of rider that would prefer the DCT over the manual. Now let's talk about owning the manual. Getting back into riding motorcycle, guys, one of the things that became pretty evident to me is I knew very little about riding a motorcycle. But for the purpose of learning to ride a motorcycle riding 101, I chose the manual. To be able to get out and ride any type of motorcycle, especially since Honda's the only one that provides a DCT transmission, there's no way to learn to operate that friction zone, to be able to master that friction zone without the clutch. Guys, I have been out to ride many types of Harley Davidson. I have done a video riding the Indian Challenger, the BMW Grand America. All of these motorcycles require you to be able to operate a clutch. And the goal, part of the goal in this channel is to get out and to ride as many motorcycles as possible and feel comfortable as I'm operating these big 9 and 1,000-pound motorcycles. There's so much more to learn, but you got to ask yourself, what do you want to accomplish in your purchase of the motorcycle? Again, questions about not dropping the motorcycle. Now, stalling the motorcycle on the DCT transmission is not an option. And we know with the Honda Goldwing, guys, we have a limited amount of protection here. Like most of the other manufacturers have, we just don't have that option. The saddlebag protection. So again, if you're someone that's concerned about, dropping the motorcycle, but you want the Honda Goldwing, then the DCT again might be a better purchase. So get the drop guards. I also did a video talking about the World Moto drop guards. There's another one I think called Comfort Bars that's also available for this motorcycle out there that you can look into. The idea that the folks that are choosing the manual is an ego thing is nonsense, folks. I read that in one of the comment sections. As a guy was getting out with his DCT talking about how great it is, we had comments in the comment section saying, hey, if you ride the manual, if you choose the manual in this motorcycle over the DCT, then it's just an ego thing. When it comes to riding motorcycles, guys, unless you are some kind of expert rider, I don't think egos are involved. You go to these slow speed advanced classes, and all I hear with people with decades of riding experience is how humbling it was. Guys, throw your ego out the back door when it comes to riding a motorcycle. Every motorcycle serves its purpose. We like to pass by and give each other the two-finger waves because we're all sharing the same passion. Different strokes for different folks. Your choice might not be my choice for many different reasons. Like I said, you can't go wrong any way you go. This Honda Goldwing is badass, guys. It's multi-purpose. As I am cruising the back roads of Lake City for some throttle therapy. Now we got some dogs here, so I think I might make a U-turn and get the hell out of here. Yep, guys, there is a opportunity to do a U-turn on a country road. Practice, practice, practice. Like I said, better you drop your motorcycle in the parking lot on the concourse than to crash them out there on the streets. Rich, the return rider, out.